Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. Joining me now is Courtney Hampson. She is, of course, with Bluffton Self Help. And so today, Courtney, we're going to kind of be focusing on your education program. I know that back in, I think it was 2021, you merged with the Literacy Center. So talk to us a little bit about that program. And I know you have some great statistics from what success you had last year.
Yeah, in 2020, we did a study of the community needs, and we really recognized that the education factor was the limiting factor for why folks weren't earning a livable wage. We know that 60% of our neighbors are not earning enough to cover their bills. So the collaboration and the eventual merger with the Literacy Center was to be able to really bookend our programs and services. Let's meet folks where they are, help them with their basic needs, but how do we move them along the path? So we have now completed 2 full academic years as this merged organization, and we love celebrating the academic successes. It's interesting because we really have to wait a full year to see, what's working and if, what the successes are. But 50% of our English as a second language students have moved up a level. It can take 2 to 3 years to move from level to level, and there are 4 years. So this number is extraordinary for us, and it's up from last year. Level 4 is kind of the last step with us, and 71% of our students, the level 4, have graduated, which means they are fully bilingual. A few of them have now moved on and are registered for our GED programs, which is the next step for them. It's a big deal. When somebody becomes fully bilingual, they can earn $7,000 to $8,000 more a year. So the question then becomes, how do we coach them through a conversation with their boss? Now that they're fully bilingual, they could be a translator on their team and help other employees. So there's just a ton of opportunity that comes from that. And then we had 11 students last year earn their GED. Also a big deal. Going back to essentially high school for an adult learner is not easy. But 92% of our students passed their GED tests on the first try. And that is amazingly remarkable.
That is a huge number.
When I started here, I tried to take the GED test because I just wanted to see how hard this was.
Right.
And I started with math because that was my worst subject in school. And I got to the second question. And that's as far as I got.
That sounds about like what I would do on the math part, I think.
I don't need algebra, and I convinced myself I didn't, but here I am being asked a question. But I think also exciting for us is our citizenship classes, taking students on the path to citizenship, which is very hard and expensive and long and arduous and requires a lawyer, and fees that are paid, to the government. But 8 students got their citizenship in our last academic year. So we have 8 new U.S. citizens, which is also a game changer for folks in terms of employment and income and what's next for them and their family.
Wow, such great successes. Thank you for sharing all that. That's a really amazing, some great numbers. And so as we're going to move in now into the next academic year, which it's hard to believe we're talking about that already, but we are. And so I know that you have some needs for some folks to help with this program and maybe in terms of tutoring. So tell us a little bit about that opportunity.
Yeah, so we have more than 350 adult learners in our programs in any given month, and all of our classes are taught by volunteers. So all of our tutors are volunteers. We have more than 100 of them on the roster. And so that's a volunteer need that we have really all year long. If someone could commit to a class, which is a full semester of 16 weeks, but we also have a really robust substitute roster. So folks can kind of plug in as needed. So we are always appreciative for volunteers.
And so also we've got about 30 seconds left. If somebody wants to get involved in the program themselves, that they want to, start taking these classes, how do they get involved with you with that?
They can call us at 843-757-8000 and be connected with someone immediately. And we do have bilingual staff who can help with that conversation, or they can also visit our website and click Get Help.
Well, Courtney, thank you again for sharing all of those great successes. It's fantastic. And of course, we thank you each time for everything that you are doing for the community. We appreciate everything.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks to everyone on the show today for their insights and contributions. As always, our production team is behind the scenes to make all of this possible. And of course, we are honored that you have chosen to share a part of your day with us. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and we'll see you for the next WHHI-TV Daily News.